is election time, where we literally count down to the November 1st local government elections. Today, we feature Umzimkhulu local municipality in KwaZulu-Natal, which is infamous for political killings. And today, we're joined by Umzimkhulu local municipality executive mayor Mphuthumi, Mpabanga, Sibongiseni Ngcobo from the Democratic Alliance, Nomvovo, Mpayipheli from the EFF, and Ntobeko Dlamini from the Inkatha Freedom Party. Good evening to you all, and thank you so much for your time this evening. I'll just like to lay some ground rules as we begin these conversations. I'll give you an opportunity to give us your opening statements. You'll have 2 minutes to make these opening statements. Should you go over 2 minutes, I'll cut you and I'll come in there to give a chance to the next speaker. After that, we then have a conversation and we speak for literally a minute each. And then I'll also give you an opportunity to make your closing remarks. And that will be 2 minutes each as well, allocated to each and every single one of you. And if you, of course, exceed the 2 minutes, I'll then cut you off and that will end our conversation. So I'd like to begin with you, Mayor Mpabanga, if you can give us your opening statement, please, sir.
Msakazi kubulise kubaphulaphuli bonke nakubo bonke abathamela uhlelo Mpabanga lo meya wasemzimkhulu siyabonga.
If you can give us your opening statements ukuthi abantu kumele benze njani njengoba kuqhamuka ama local government elections, kungani ukuthi kufanele banikhethe?
Siyafisa ukukhuthaza kakhulu umphakathi, kakhulukazi Umzimkhulu namaphethelo ukuthi baqhubeke banikeze ithuba uhulumeni wabo okhokhelwe African National Congress akwazi ukuqhubekela phambili nohlelo lwakhe lokuguqula impilo zabantu bengcono eMzimkhulu. Bazibonela abantu basemzimkhulu bayofakazi Umzimkhulu wethu masikhuluma ngedolobha lethu belingenjena izolo kodwa namhlanje liyidolobha bazedlayo ngalo. Emphakathini lapha emakhaya intuthuko iningi, sithi imigaqo ikhona, ugesi uyakhanya. Esiqale ngo-2006 kumnyama thu eMzimkhulu kungekho lutho kodwa kuyakhanya namhlanje. Sigqibile ukukhanyisa i-universal coverage, sesifikile eSomzimkhulu, sesiqhubeka nama-infields lapha nalaphaya, okuyintuthuko enhle kakhulu leyo ukuguqula impilo zabantu bengcono. Ama-sports fields, amahholo, sekusiyeke amawadi mabili. Sikhava wonke Umzimkhulu, sine uhholo iwadi newadi, sine sports field iwadi newadi. Sithi abantu ngomhla ka-1 November abaphume ngobuningi babo bathi akaqhubeke lo hulumeni ka-African National Congress nempilo ukuguqula impilo zabo zibengcono ngokuyiletha intuthuko abayibonayo phambi kwabo.
All right, and you were just inching closer to 2 minutes. What Mayor is saying there is he's pleading with the voters to choose the African National Congress and saying that the people of Umzimkhulu should be proud of the area because it is now a town that they can be proud of. It did not have a lot of development before, but he says that the ANC has done a lot for the community of Umzimkhulu, and he says that they now have electricity, they also have water as well. There's been a lot of progress, and he says sports fields and halls they have also been constructed in 2 wards, and he's asking that come November 1st, the voters must go out in their numbers and give the African National Congress another chance. I will come to you then, Sibongiseni, to give us your opening statements. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Good evening, Bongiwe, and good evening to the viewers at home. You know, sitting here listening to the mayor, it becomes clear to me that he's so out of touch with the reality. He's so out of touch with the reality on the ground on what is actually happening in Umzimkhulu. If, for instance, you're looking at villages like Ngunguthu, where the communities, the residents there do not have access to clean running water, there's no access roads. The municipality has failed to construct access roads for the past 5 years. But if you're also looking at in villages like Njongo and Nkambini, where the district municipality provided water tanks, but these tanks are not being filled with water. And so the community still lack access to clean water. This shows that the government that is led by the NC in Umzimkhulu has failed dismally. In fact, most of the villages in Umzimkhulu do not have access to clean water. What a DA government will bring in Umzimkhulu. Number one, we'll make sure that we get the basics right. Now, that means making sure that all communities in Umzimkhulu have access to clean running water. These are the solutions that we're going to implement should people vote for us on the 1st of November. Number one, we are going to make sure that we address the infrastructure challenges at Umzimkhulu, water infrastructure challenges, so that people can have access to water. But we understand that there's a huge backlog when it comes to water infrastructure in the area. And so in the meantime, we will work with other spheres of government to ensure that there is a rollout of water tankers with adequate water supply to supply communities. And so come the 1st of November, the people of Umzimkhulu have the opportunity to reject the ANC government and bring the only party in South Africa that gets things done, and that is the Democratic Alliance. Thanks.
Right there, 4 seconds to go. Thank you very much, Sibongiseni. I'll come to you, Nomvovo, Mpayipheli, ukuthi usinikeze awakho amazwi okuvula ma.
Bongiwe. Can you hear me?
Siyakuzwa ma.
Okay. And Bingelele, our Commander-in-Chief, CCT members, PCT, RCT, and ground forces. As EFF Umzimkhulu, we are ready for our local elections as obanjwa nge-1st November 2021. We are more than ready for wonke ama-wards wasemzimkhulu. Coming to umeya wethu akushoyo manje ukuthi what you call konke kuhamba kakuhle emzimkhulu. It's not true, because Ward 7 emzimkhulu awunawo amanzi, sikhuluma nawe nje ukhaphi amanzi emfuleni. Coming to New City Ward 16 sihamba endaweni ezingcolile ngale ndlela. Ukungcola kungena ngaphakathi phi ezindlini zethu. Kade sikureport lokho kumasipala wasemzimkhulu. So sithi si-EFF mabeze abantu bazovotela EFF nge-1st November, yila bazobona khona ushintsho lusenzeka, ngoba EFF ize nentoni noshintsho phi emzimkhulu, and EFF iza ebantwini izela ntoni izidingo zabantu ezilalini, like Ward 10 laphaya. Abantu Ward 10 encambele basasebenzisa ntoni amabhakede for intoni ukuzikhulula. Yini leyo babe bekhokhele intoni i-African National Congress. I-African National Congress ifailile umzimkhulu dismally. Ngiyabonga kakhulu bonke.
All right, what Nomvovo is saying there is that the mayor also, she says that the mayor appears to also be out of touch with reality in that in the area of Umzimkhulu as to what is happening there. And she says that some parts of Umzimkhulu, like Ward 7, as she speaks tonight, are without water. And she says that some parts are also dirty, which gives an indication of an area that is not being cleaned as it's supposed to be, and also saying that they will attend to the needs of the people as the economic freedom fighters, and saying that in some areas they're still using the bucket toilet system. And she says then that the ANC has failed the people of Umzimkhulu, and she is saying that the people of Umzimkhulu must vote for the EFF, because the EFF will then bring change to the area of Umzimkhulu. I'd like to come to you, who's on the line, Ntobeko Dlamini from the Inkatha Freedom Party. Give us your opening statements. Your 2 minutes starts now.
No, thanks, Tate. So I'm not too sure that are you going to hear me very well, because
we hear you very well. We hear you very well.
Okay, no problem. I thank you. No, as the IFP, we want to tell people from Umzimkhulu that we are here. Let them put their trust to us as the IFP. The IFP has got a history of clean governance. We have been the part in the parcel of the government from KwaZulu, and now, and we took from 1994 to 2004, we were governing KwaZulu-Natal, the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Not even a little bit in corruption. Kuguma premiers were IFP from Dr. Frank Ndlaloswe, Dr. Lauden Mjali, Dr. Ben Nguban. So with that Lokhuzana history as the IFP. Siyaziqhenya ukuthi abantu baseMzimkhulu, let them put the trust to us as the IFP. And then let abantu baseMzimkhulu understand ukuthi there as the IFP, we are here, sisebenzela bona, iqembu lenkathi likushilo lokho imanifesto yethu kuveze kwacaca ukuthi as the IFP, we are here for them, we are working for the people. Since manje sinama issues amaningi eMzimkhulu, but uMzimkhulu kulokwathi inhlo uphethe iqembu elilodwa from i-ward level up until size siyofika kwi-national. All the wards from Umzimkhulu are governed by the ANC, but kunama-challenges amaningi as uzakwethu kade sike wakhuluma from EFF ukuthi kunendawo sasebenza khona ama-bucket system, kunemigwaqo engena emakhaya ekusanzima, even abantu to transport people to ama-hospital. That's the case. The IFP simele ukuthi siyazi ukuthi inkatha la ike yaphatha khona noma la iphethe khona isebenza ngobuqotho.
Unfortunately, you're out of time, Babdlamini, but we'll continue then with this conversation. What Ntobeko was talking about there in some parts of his opening remarks is that there are concerns around the state of the roads. He shares the same concerns as some of the members of the panel tonight and talks about the bucket system, this bucket toilet system that he says is being used in other areas, and says that the IFP has a track record of service delivery, and he says then that the people should in fact vote for the IFP, and they will bring about change to this particular area. And he says that cites even those that have been in power when it comes to various parts of municipalities in the IFP, and he says that the party has a good track record when it comes to service delivery. On the other side of this breather, we'll then delve deeper into the issues of this municipality, and we'll ask the mayor if, as some have said to him tonight, is he indeed out of touch with what is happening there? Let's get an answer to that question in just a moment. Let's continue our special focus on Umzimkhulu local municipality. We do have the Umzimkhulu local municipality executive mayor, Mphuthumi Mpabanga, Sibongiseni Ngcobo from the Democratic Alliance, Nomvovo Mpayipheli from the EFF, as well as Ntobeko from the Inkatha Freedom Party. Mpabanga, the panelists tonight seem to think ukuthi you are out of touch with the reality, as you say, that the ANC has created a town that the people of Umzimkhulu can be proud of. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree a lot. I agree that Umzimkhulu has been developed. There's something that I don't want to agree with from my colleagues when they are mentioning the issue of a bucket system in Ngambele in Ward 10. Yes, I can agree that there are some few backlogs that you are having when we are talking about water in our wards, and also the issue of sanitation. There's a huge backlog, as it has been mentioned by my colleague from the DA. But the district municipality who are responsible for that, they have a clear plan to address those issues. They have a clear plan, and the current programs
are... On that very issue of this district municipality that you are talking about, I mean, yes, this is a district municipality that has recently said that it is trenching boreholes 27 years later to try and ensure that the people that live in municipalities under it have got water. 27 years later, is that a clear plan?
Yes, that's an immediate intervention.
27 years later is immediate, Mpabanga.
Well, as I said, I was just responding to the issue of bucket system and the issue of water, but mainly, when we are going deeper with the issues of water, those are the responsibilities of the district municipalities. So, as a local municipality, we are just the recipients of the service from the district municipality. When we are talking about the details of their responsibility in terms of providing water and sanitation, they are the better people to respond and give clarity.
The reason I was asking is because you say that they have a clear plan. Does it look like they have a clear plan to you?
Yes, they have a clear plan because they have explained it to the people and the people understood it.
All right. I'll come to you, Sibongiseni. One of the things that we've seen here has been, and a lot of concern around this report that really was never made public into what was happening at the renovations of the Memorial Hall. We know what happened when it comes to that particular report and the issues around the assassination of Usindiso Magaqa, the issues around the whistleblower who's now finding himself in hiding. A lot of allegations of maladministration there continue to surround that particular project. But when you look at what is happening at municipal level, no one has been held to account. That also can then embolden those who take part in such corrupt activities.
Absolutely correct. And I think that speaks to the level of incompetency that we see in these municipalities, both the district municipality, which is the Herigwala district, and the Umzimkhulu local municipality. And my sister, if you go to Umzimkhulu, you will see that there is no law enforcement there. That's why recently in the past, we saw the political killings on the rise, because the law enforcement, especially by the officials of the municipality, is just not visible enough. And coming to the issue of Herigwala district, which is the district that is responsible for the provision of water in the municipality, in municipalities, including Umzimkhulu. Last year, toward the end of 2019, the DA submitted a water petition to the district. We addressed the petition to the mayor and requested him to reply to us within 7 days as to what measures he's going to put in place to assist those communities where water provision has completely collapsed. Until today, we've never received a response, not even an acknowledgement. Now, this is the type of people that are leading our districts, people who are not responsive to the needs of the community. And we have since written to the Human Rights Commission asking them to investigate the potential abuse of human rights, because if people do not have access to water, it means that their rights are being violated, because they have a constitutional right to have access to clean water. And also, it also speaks to the type of people that we have in positions. For instance, I'd like to share a very painful story with you that I came to learn of in Ward 10 at Umzimkhulu location last week. A family that is struggling financially lost their loved one, and they could not put together arrangements in terms of funeral arrangements and so forth. And so they approached a local ANC councillor and asked her to tell the municipality about their situation. The councillor refused. A DA councillor went to the municipality and said, there is a family and you must assist, because other municipalities do that. They assist with groceries and the like. The municipality said no, but the service provider that we're using to provide such service, the contract has expired. So what type of a municipality is that allows a service so essential in people's lives to be interrupted?
Now,
and for one councillor to refuse to assist is totally unacceptable.
Did the Democratic Alliance assist that family?
Yes, out of our own pocket, we did assist the family, and they buried their loved one in dignity.
All right, let's move to you, Mamu Mpayipheli. One of the things Ubaba Mpabanga ayiphikayo is the fact that kune issue bucket toilet systems. I'm sure umzwile. Talk to us then about your experience and your response to what he said.
Thank you, Bongiwe. Ubaba Mpabanga uyaphazama kakhulu mayethi encambele awekho lama bucket system. Siyawahlobisa masithi ama bucket system. Incambele isaya endle uma ngaba isiyozikhulula. Bengisencambele last week bengine community meeting khona nabahlali bakhona bakukhalazela lokhu ukuthi since then abaze banakwe bona kuleya ndawo njengoba ngithi nje banama-bucket system ngiyayihlobisa Bongiwe, abantu baseNcambele bazithuma phi? Bazithuma emahlathini. Akuyona impilo leyo. Baba Mpabanga, lento esiyikhulumayo is the reality. Encambele akukho right, bazithuma endle abantu bakhona, abakwazi abanawo ama-toilets at all. Asisakhulumi ke ngendaba yamanzi, i-first priority, awekho amanzi nakhona. Ngiyabonga Bongiwe.
What Mama Mpayipheli is saying there is that, in fact, when she says that the people of Ngcambele are using the bucket toilet system, she's in fact covering it up nicely because she says that the people of Ngcambele actually go to an open field in order to relieve themselves. And she says that that is the lived reality of these particular residents. And she says that this is the truth and the true living experience of this community. And she doesn't even begin to want to talk about the issue of water because that is also another challenge. We'll come to you, Babu Mpabanga, you know, for you to then respond to that. But I'd like to go to Ubab Dlamini as we then look at these particular issues. Ubab Dlamini, one of the things that we saw is that this is a municipality that was being monitored together with Ijozini and Umshwati, and they were being targeted for close monitoring here, as said by the COCTA MEC, that they've regressed to qualified audits for the first time in the 2018-2019 audit year. What would you say, according to the IFP, was the cause of this? And if you were to be in power tomorrow in Umzimkhulu, how would you reverse this?
As the IFP, since I've said that before when I was introducing myself, if we can take power even tomorrow, as the party we are going to clean the management Umzimkhulu firstly, because into eyenzeka laphayana uyabona ukuthi kunabantu abazigcobisa bona abangeke kusikhathalela impilo zabantu. That is why uthola ukuthi ke imbiko yakaCOCTA iba ayibi clean. Uyewa nesikhathi eside Umzimkhulu dadewethu where they don't have a speaker. By the time uspeaker wayibe nengozi ukuthi wadudula washona. Kwabe isikhathi eside Umzimkhulu uspeaker engakhethiwe. But umkhandlu uqhubeka uoperate. So ke kuba nama challenges amaningi ke while the speaker is not available in the chamber. But kuba ukuthi i-problem ekhona ukuthi imikhandlu yethu igcina seyiphethwe ama-officials. That is why kwenzeka izinto ezenzakalayo njengamanje. Since I was saying ukuthi kunezinto eziningi eziyinkinga eMzimkhulu akusebenzeki abantu noma bethola ukuphuma imisebenzi itholwa abantu abathize, abantu abayitholi bonke. So ke vele ngeke basebenze bonke abantu, siyakuqonda lokho, but emphakathini phela ufuna kufike ngendlela ukuthi kuyabonakala ukuthi kuthuzwe kanjani noma bakhethwe kanjani abantu abasebenzayo. Thina njenga-IFP yonke into esingayenza ngaba-transparent, yonke into eyenzakalayo siyiveze emphakathini ngoba issue nje enkathi sisebenzela wona umphakathi. Ngithokoza ithuba.
All right, and what Ubab Dlamini is saying there is that the people, it appears as if people are enriching themselves and they don't care about the people of Umzimkhulu. He says it took too long to replace the speaker after the speaker was shot dead. You'd remember 47-year-old Khaya Thobela was shot at his home and he was, of course, taken to hospital. He then passed on, and he says that post that, officials were the ones that were holding the fort in council, making things very difficult there. And he says that in also the issue of jobs, it looks like there are those that are benefiting, but it's not clear how they continue to get the jobs. And if the IFP takes over, they are going to make sure that they run a transparent municipality. We're almost out of time, but I would like to come back to you, Babu Mpabanga. One of the things that you're hearing is jobs that benefit people, and it's not clear ukuthi bawuthola kanjani lo msebenzi. At the same time, you have people of Ngcambele who are relieving themselves in the open field, Baba.
Angiphendule nje kule yaseNcambele nezinye mhlawumbe izinto ezivelayo ezithinta into ye-water and sanitation. Njengoba bengicacilisile nasekuqaleni, inkcukacha ezithe vetshe ngohlelo lwe-sanitation namanzi, i-district engakwazi ukucacisa ngokuphandle olona hlelo oluqhubekayo njengangoku. Nale-ke athetha ngayo ethi kunesimo esinjalo, singancedisa nje ukuqonda kakuhle kwe-district kubonakala ukuthi kuyiwa kanjani phambili. Kodwa umahluko ukhona endaweni ezininzi and uhlelo luyaqhubeka kwinto ye-sanitation. Yes, we know i-South Africa yonke xa sithetha nge-development akukho apho seyigqitshwe khona. Ingako ndithi abantu mabaqhubeke banikeze u-African National Congress ithuba aqhubeke kwenzela bagqibezele oko aseqhuba nabo kakade. Mandiye kulaa mba ke ochaphazela into ye-qualified ne-unqualified audit report. Ndicinga uba uza kwethu apha into yoba mhlawumbe bekufanele acacise ukuthi uthetha ngawuphi unyakamali. Kuba kunyakamali esiphuma kuwo siwumzimkhulu local municipality sifumane i-unqualified report ka-Auditor General. Ukuba ngaba ke uyayiqonda ukuba ithetha ukuthini into ye-unqualified report. Noko senze bhetele nangona singafumananga a-pure clean audit, kodwa senze bhetele miba nje phana phaya. Into echaphazela umcimbi wokuqeshwa kwabantu, ikliye indlela yokuqesha abantu, indlela eyaziwayo wonke wonke. Kuya-advertiswa, kushortlistwe, abantu bathi undergo uhlelo le-selection ngendlela eyaziwayo ekliye. Njengoba sitsho, ayingumuntu wonke oqashwayo aplayile. Ingako kuye kwenziwa uhlelo olucacile lwe-selection ngokwe-recruitment yakhona. Asikake siveke nalinye ityala apho ke kubonakale khona kube khona ukukhononda okanye ukukhalaza kubantu bebe-aplayile apho xa sekuqhubekile. Kuba uhlelo olulandelwayo phaa luba clean, kufumane loyo ofanelekile uba afumane ngokwendlela okuqhutywe ngayo xa kusenziwa loo nto. Akuqeshwa kaze ke kufumane wonke umuntu. Mhlawumbe ke iyoba itsha xa sekubonakala uza kwethu bungenzeka ngelimini babe nalo ithuba uba ngaba bawode babe nalo. Apho wonke umuntu oswela umsebenzi eyozifumana eqesheka iyawube ungumnqake noko siyobe siyiqala into elolo hlobo. Izikhala zemisebenzi zivela xa kukhona isidingo ngelo xesha, awuvane nje uqeshe wonke umuntu. Kulandela uhlelo olufanelekile xa usenza lo.
All right. Mpabanga was talking about the 2018-2019 audit here, but it's fine. I'll translate what you've said for the viewers. What Mpabanga is saying that he says it's important for the panelists to also understand the functioning of the district municipality and also the local municipality to understand what is happening. And he says that there's also a difference that he says that he has seen in the community. And he says also people must give the ANC a chance to finish what it has started, and also saying that when it comes to jobs, they advertise positions, they undergo the selection process, but not everybody will get the jobs. And he hasn't heard of any complaints from those who do not get jobs as part of the selection process. That is basically summing up what he's had to say to us. And I'd like to then give you the final words. And I do understand, of course, that you are in fact under load shedding. I do understand and I appreciate the fact that you were able to take this time to speak to us this evening. Ngizoqala ngawe Mama Mpayipheli, usinikeza amazwi akho okuvala.
Bongiwe. Ngifuna ukuthi umphakathi waseMzimkhulu mawuvotele EFF coming kulama elections ezayo nge-1st zikaNovember. Yilapho sizobonisa khona ukuthi mangabe ningasinikeza i-chance yokuthi Umzimkhulu Municipality usibese ezandleni ze-EFF sibone ukuthi sizokwenza kanjani. Asizuthembisa thina ngoba sizokwenza ngoba uma ukwipower unama resources wonke. So why ungasebenzisi ama resources la owanikeziwe uma ukwipower? So as i-EFF sithi Umzimkhulu wonke mawuvotele into i-EFF uzobona ushintsho lusenzeka ezimpilweni zabo. Ngiyabonga.
All right, Sibongiseni, what she's saying there is that the community of Umzimkhulu must vote for the EFF, and she says they will show the voters how things are done. They won't promise, but they will do. I'll give it to you then. Bab Dlamini, you've got 1 minute.
Akabonge ithuba lokuthi simthole njengeqembu lenkatha cha nathi njenge-IFP sicela umphakathi siyawunxusa ukuthi sicela usinikeze ithuba ngiyadideka kuba umeya methi sacela sinikezwe u-ANC ithuba phezu kwesikhathi esingaka sebetholile cha thina njengeqembu lenkatha besisacela nje abantu basemzimkhulu basinikeze 5 years basibone ukuthi sizobenzelani ngoba sikhonela ukusebenzela bona asifisi ke thina ukubusa ukuze kubuye inkosi uJesu cha sicela basinikeze 5 years if bebona ukuthi we are failed siyabafayilela cha basikhiphe yiloko nesicela njengeqembu lenkatha ukuthi sicela basethembe we are here for them we work for them.
Okay, what Ubabu Dlamini is saying there is that the community must vote for the IFP. He's pleading with the community to do so, saying that the ANC has had enough chance in that particular area, and he says that they want to make a difference. They're not going to make it in more than 5 years. They're just asking for 5 years to make a difference. I'll come to you then as we finish this conversation. Sibongiseni Ngcobo, your minute begins now.
Thank you. No, I would like to ask the people of Umzimkhulu to reject the ANC on the 1st of November and vote for the only party in South Africa that gets things done. According to the Auditor General, the top 5 best performing municipalities are all run by the DA. Bantu basemzimkhulu siyathanda unxusa kakhulu ukuthi nivotele iqembu le-DA. Ilona qembu eNingizimu Afrika elikwaziyo ukuqinisekisa ukuthi intuthuko iyeza kubantu elibaphatha kahle omasipala. Lokhu akuveli nje kuthina kuphela kepha nomcwaningo mabhuku jikelele okubeke ngosobala ukuthi komasipala abahlanu abahamba phambili eNingizimu Afrika ngokuphatha kahle izimali nangokuphatha kahle endaweni zabo bonke baphethwe iqembu le-DA. Kusho ukuthi le kuphethe khona i-DA ile khona ikwaziyo ukuthi i-DA ikwazi ukwenza izinto ilethe intuthuko kubantu. Ngiyabonga.
All right, thank you so much to you all for your time this evening. We certainly do appreciate it. That is how we wrap up election time on Prime.